Hello and welcome back to another episode of Survival Command Blocks. My name is Classic Tim. Now, I know this episode I said we're going to start working on a building for a shelter, but we're going to do one more thing first because I spent a little bit more time with this storage system. Now, as I was planning it, I was going to plan out how many blocks I actually wanted to store like this, and then figure out how big of a building I needed to build. And unfortunately, there's a lot more blocks in this game that I wanted to store like this than I thought. You know, they've added several more. And you know, if we do one for cobblestone, and then smooth stone, and then dirt, and maybe grass, and then diorite, and polished diorite, and granite, and polished granite, it's going to start to build up really quick. And then, you know, gravel, and yeah, that's a lot of blocks. That's just blocks, not even items. You know, I want iron, and coal, and it's going to take up a lot of storage if I need to do, you know, one chest per item. So instead, I reworked this system. It's actually going to take a few more command blocks per item than before, but we're going to need less chests. So let's go ahead and break these down. And then we'll rework this. Let's go ahead and convert these back to normal command blocks just to save inventory space. And we will leave this here for now. And we'll leave this here, because this is going to stay the same for each item. So we actually don't even need this hopper. And if this is the chest, let's go ahead and we'll just leave that there right now because that's where the dirt is being held. But we'll just make a new one right there. All right, so now the way I'm going to be working with this now is I'm going to be able to put a different item in each individual chest slot. So we'll have this chest for dirt, this slot, for dirt, this slot for grass, this slot for gravel, this slot for cobblestone, this slot for smooth stone, and so on. And it's important that we can instantly fill this up so that we can take as many stacks as we need. So I'm totally redesigning the way this works. And we still have to work on kind of the same principle. It's a little, no hopper though, so it's a little faster. So let's put one of these guys right here. And we'll make this not conditional. I want it to be chain and always active. Nope, repeat and always active. Okay, so the way this is going to be different here is we have to detect that one specific slot. So, for example, let's say dirt is the first slot. We'll go test for block. That is at -1. And then we'll do... Now, I've been in the habit of typing Minecraft chest, for example. You don't actually have to. You can just type in chest. So I'm going to try and get in that habit, get rid of the habit of typing in Minecraft first. You do not need to. And that's 2, because that's the direction the chest is facing. And then we'll select an item here, items, and we want that to be in, like so. We want that to be slot 0B. So all we're doing right here is detecting whether something is in this slot. And if it is, great. That means we don't have to do anything. So, unfortunately, same situation where we have to take the comparator, put it here, and then put a block. Let's just use the acacia wood for now. And then put a redstone torch on top of that block. Now, this is the signal we need to come off of. Now, this would not work if there was any overflow. So the way I've gotten rid of the delay problem we were having before, you know how I needed to have an empty slot for backup. The way I got rid of that is we put another block right here, and all this block does is set block 1, 2, 3. It's going to be at -1. And then 1, 2, at +2. All right, and that's this block right here. And we need to set that to redstone block. And so we're not spawning things in, I'm going to go ahead and make a redstone block and put it there. Like so. So this block right here will spawn in that redstone block. And the reason we have this is now, instead of coming off with a torch, which has a delay to shut off, we can shut it off immediately. So let's put another command block right here. Nope, I always, for some reason, assume they're going to go the wrong direction. So we'll put this guy here, make that unconditional, make it repeat, and make it need redstone. So this will only be here when this redstone block is here. And this is where we're going to do test for at p score dirt minimum equals 64. Okay, now we're doing 64 here because we're going to be working in full stacks. Now this, of course, means that we're going to need to have at least 64 of the item for it to appear in the chest, but I feel like that's a reasonable compromise for what we're getting. So this is detecting if we have at least 64 of the item we're trying to put in that slot, which in this case is dirt. So detect if we have enough dirt. If we do, then we're going to put another command block here, set it to conditional chain, always active. Then what we want to do is we want to set this block to stone. So we'll do set block 1, 2, 3, and that's at -2 to stone. All right, and the reason that's there, this is going to detect how much dirt we have, and at the moment we have 0. So this is not going to do anything. But if we were to pick up a stack of dirt and deposit it in our system, you'll see in just a second, that activated and that turned to stone. And that turned to stone instantly. As soon as this was triggered, that turned to stone. Whoops, I actually forgot to do anything with that dirt, so we actually lost it. We'll add that later though. So it instantly shuts itself off, regardless of what the torch is doing. So as you can see right here, it's off even though the torch is on. And that means it's an instant process and we're not losing any items. Granted, as long as we put this here. And we can go ahead and delete this block immediately because the line has already been started. We only want the line to go through once. So first time it goes through, this shuts it off. Okay. And we'll set this one to conditional chain and always active as well. And this is where we're going to be adding the blocks to this chest. Now in this, we only want to replace one slot. We don't want to replace the whole chest. So we'll just do replace item block and then select it. And this is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -7. And we'll do slots.container since slot 0. Don't need to put Minecraft, just dirt. 64. Good. So what we're doing here, make sure. Actually, now that I think about it, this should just. Oh no, it's off, so it doesn't do that. We didn't actually subtract the cobblestone, the dirt yet, so we actually still have that dirt stored in space. We don't actually lose it. Okay, so yeah, this will replace this first slot, which we know is empty because this has been triggered, with dirt. And then all we have to do is come here along the end and put one more command block, conditional chain, always active, and set this to scoreboard, players, remove, classic Tim, dirt 64. So all this is doing, do we have more than a stack stored? If so, turn the system off because we only need to do this once. Then put the blocks in there and remove them from virtual storage. So let's go ahead and trigger this, and we can trigger this by putting a piece of dirt here. Alright, so say we had a stack right here. Okay? First slot, that's where it belongs. And then take all these out, put all these in here. So we have a bunch of dirt stored, and that'll slowly work its way in. And all we have represented of all that dirt stored is this single stack right here. Not the whole chest, just the single stack. That's all that's necessary. And we'll just wait until some of that comes through. Okay. So now, if I go ahead and grab half of this stack, nothing's going to happen. Okay? We have to wait until the whole stack is taken. But once we take the whole stack, nothing happens. That is because always active, unconditional, repeat. This should be true now. This command block is not working. I don't know if this is a bug with my mod or with the snapshot or the actual version of Minecraft, but sometimes command blocks just don't seem to do anything. Do not have the required NBT tags. Okay, so let's put that there. See, this should be triggered now, unless I have a typo somewhere. Test 4 block. Chest 2. Did not have the required NBT tags. It should, because 0 is filled. So this should be true. Let's just put Minecraft chest. See if that has anything to do with it. Nope, didn't think so. Let's see, open bracket. Oh, this all seems right. Okay, there we go. I just had this I in items mistyped. This should be capitalized. There we go. So now it works. So let's go ahead and go in here. I'm not sure if we lost any blocks there. That's actually a possibility. All right. So let's go ahead and do scoreboard objectives. Set display, sidebar, dirt. Okay. So we have 449 dirt stored at the moment. And if I pick that off, that's going to go down by 64. It's going to go down by 64 again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Take one more out. It's got one left in there. Take that out. And now it's not going to do anything. Because I've only got one dirt stored. And if I can go ahead and put another half stack in there, it's going to wait to put any more until I get a full stack. And that's why this redstone block is still here. So it's going to keep checking until I have at least one stack. And once I do, it'll go ahead and throw another stack of dirt in there. So this is important because now I can put another system exactly like this right next to it. And still talking about this chest, we can put cobblestone here. And, you know, iron here. Quartz here. We could do, you know, put any amount of items in this chest. Let's go ahead and sleep really quick. There we go. And now, you know, we still use a few more command blocks, maybe like one or two, and we can have per item, but we only need one chest to store a ton of items. And you know, if we wanted to, we could double that. And now we have all these items. And we just have to detect, you know, this block or this block. We can still do that and set all this. So basically, we could have one chest that stores almost all of our basic items. You know, we can have a section for ores and diamonds and whatnot, section for stone, section for dirt, and that's it. That's all we need. It's just going to take a while to add all the command blocks. But, you know, I'll just start with the very basic ones first. Like, you know, stone, dirt, stuff like that. And we can add on to it in the future. But all we really need, one or two main chests and an input chest. And that's it. Maybe we want a bigger input chest just so that way we don't have to, you know, if we want to store a lot of cobblestone at once, we can. So yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can expand this now for the wheat, because I'm sure we have plenty of wheat stored up by now. Yeah, we're up to 47, so let's see if we can do that same thing with the wheat. I just need some more stone and I think just stone for more command blocks. Okay, so I just want to show you guys how easy it was to copy this over. So all I did right now was just place the command blocks, set them to the right settings, and then copy the commands over with Control-C. And then all I have to do now is come in here and change this value right here to, let's say, I believe this is positive x, negative x. So put a -1 there, and then change from slot 1 to say slot, well, let's just do slot 0, but we'll change it to slot 1 right now. So that will be this slot. So we just change that there, and then come over this way. That should be on, yes, okay. And then this one doesn't have to be changed because it's just doing this one. This one, all this needs to be changed to is a wheat. Like so. That's still good. And then this also needs a -1 because this is working on the chest. And then this should be wheat. Okay, that shouldn't have done anything yet, right? Yeah, because this is not powered up. And then we just want to remove from wheat. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be copying all these commands into like a text document, and then I can change them all really quickly and then just copy them in instead of having to copy them over and then change the values. You know, it's just a whole lot easier to just change them all in a text document because then I can just do Control-F, change dirt to wheat, and then change -1 to -2, -3, -4, you know, so on. But now let's go ahead and try and power this up. I believe I can do that by putting this torch down again. No. Why not? Uh-oh. Something's wrong. Score wheat. That's true. Set that to stone. Set the container. Yep, I forgot to change that to 1. And then remove wheat. This should have worked. You know, why do I still have that much wheat? Okay, so let's just go ahead and delete this wheat. And then give myself 64 dirt for the dirt that was just deleted. And replace with that wheat. Put that back in the system. And let's try this again. I don't know why this score didn't go down. Scoreboard players. Oh, I forgot to change that to always active. Okay, all those are correct. Now it should work. So we're at 71 wheat right now from that farm. So if I go ahead and power this up again. All right, now it's replaced. It's taken away 64 wheat and put it right there. If I try and take that out, this is going to be activated, but it's not going to change that at all, but we'll put that back. Now, here's the issue. Okay. You can't put stuff back in this chest. It's not a good idea because you can see it's still trying to do that even though that wheat's there. So never put stuff, you never should put anything into the withdraw chest. If you want to deposit something, put it back in the deposit chest. Never deposit into the withdraw chest, you will have issues. And to represent that, I figured what we could do is take the time, put a couple of these down right here, and set this to chain conditional. And copy this and replace this in here and take out the minimum and then change this to 63. So this basically means, do you have less than 63 wheat? And if that's true, then we want to copy this, put this here, change this to a barrier. There you go. Third time's the charm. So a barrier block is just like a cross. So let's, since we have the wheat in our inventory right now, this should actually work. Let's go ahead and put this down. Needs redstone and conditional. No, that needs to be always active. Why did that not trigger? Because this is true. Unconditional. Oh, you know why? Because this is still currently set to redstone block. This needs to be picked up and placed down again. Okay. Then that should trigger it. Needs redstone, unconditional. Why is this not working? I swear, sometimes these command blocks, they just don't work for no reason. Let's put that down again. Break both of these at the same time. Alright, then do... I think it's because it was powered when I placed it, so it wasn't getting repowered. 63. Not minimum. Good. So put that down. That should have triggered that. Why did that not trigger that? Found classic tin. Yes. It's not a container. Oh, we forgot to change the location there. And that is set at -1. So that one was actually right. And then 1. No, this one was also -1. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. -5. Okay, now let's try that one more time. Okay, and as you can see, that puts a barrier right there, letting you know, hey, you shouldn't put anything there. We can pick this up and take it out if we want to, but there's no real reason to. So that'll just show us, you know, don't put anything there because this will get deleted once we get more wheat in the system. This will then get deleted, so it's not a good idea to do that. And I should also just take the time really quick. Didn't mean to put that there. Put this here, here, and here. Change this to repeat, always active. Chain conditional. Chain conditional. I'm going to end up deleting all this anyway, but just to show you guys on camera. Put this here, change this to wheat. And this is towards -x. So that should be -1. Copy this, put it back there. Copy this, put it here, except this should be wheat. And this should be -1. Okay, now wheat should be added to the system, so if we put that in there, it's not picking it up. Item slot ID 0, ID wheat, damage 0, count 1. Should be picking up that hopper. Minecraft wheat. Item slot 0, ID wheat. Did I delete something I wasn't supposed to? Okay, well, for some reason in this, Minecraft : wheat has to be there. So, I don't know. But now it's working. So now that deposits all the wheat into the system. And obviously that also added that there. So if we take that out, I got rid of that redstone torch. Puts a barrier block there. Once I put more wheat into the system, deletes the barrier block once that gets over 64. Puts wheat there, take it out again, puts another barrier block there, just to let you know there's no more in the system, so don't expect more to come. And there we go. So there is our storage system. Pretty much finalized. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to have just one chest with a ton of items in it. You know, I don't know how many chests we'll actually need to store everything I want to store. But this is great because no matter how many we have now, it's going to be worth it to set this up because it's only going to be showing one stack at a time. But say, you know, take dirt, for example. If I wanted a ton of dirt, I can just sit here and take out a ton of dirt because it instantly fills it up until the point that it would run out. And then I'll put the barrier block there, which I haven't actually copied this over quite yet. This would be needs redstone impulse. Test for score dirt. And then copy this guy over right there. Change that to 0. Alright, so we'll put, just to test it, put one more stack of dirt in there. That'll pop up, and we'll take that out. Dang it, just deleted another stack of wheat. Oh, no, there's 2 blocks there as well. I need this to be slot 0. There we go. Alright, let's put more dirt in the system, and let's give ourselves at p wheat 64 to replace that wheat that we just lost. Okay, now if we take that out, puts a barrier block there, lets us know we don't have any more. Alright, so now, that's our storage system. Finalized. Perfect. Let me know if you guys know any way of doing this a little bit better to where I don't need to have the redstone in order to detect whether this block is, whether a slot is empty, but as far as I know, this is the only way to do it. But that's going to do it for this episode. Okay, next episode, I really promise we're actually going to build a building because now I've got this figured out. We only need a few chests to actually store everything, so the rest can just be room for more command block contraptions. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Remember to leave a like if you remember to leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.